It's a dark, deep pit, but down there I can just make out something wrong, squirming around. Glimpses of eyes, teeth, and tentacles coming in and out of the darkness. Man, am I happy for that grate. No. Another pit, another unseen creature writhing at the bottom. The stuff that nightmares are made of. Terrifying. No. A plain, scratched metal panel of sorts. Looks stuck in place. It's stuck.
Don't touch unless one escapes, worms.
Looks like this door somehow slides into the wall. No visible handle. Could this lead to the butcher's inner sanctum? This definitely opens somewhere else.
Stay out, mooks.
Its only feature is a big red button. That button's begging to be pressed.
Press this button, worm, and we all die.
I don't like my chances of surviving that. Gotta think of another way. K-Type's got leverage. It seems to control some kind of security apparatus. Probably put in place in case one of those creatures escapes.
Don't touch unless one is...
Looks like a view of this room from above. And there's a cage hanging overhead. Huh. So the button opens both the door and the monster's pits. Devious. That's one monstrosity secured, and all the rest of them loose. That's one monstrosity secured, and all the rest of them loose. I don't like my chances of surviving that. Gotta think of another way. I don't like my chances of surviving that. Gotta think of another way. That's all the creeps loose, but at least I'm safe once I press this button. I don't see a better option. I don't know what that is, but it wants me dead. It's horrid. No time for that. I ain't touching it. I hate to admit it, but I was shaken. Experiments or not, scientific reality or abhorrent supernatural nightmare, these horrible blobs of flesh, limb, and rot existed. I could still smell their indescribable presence, even though they were all gone. God knows where. It really takes a lot to shake me, but I was shaken. A bunch of pebbles. Must have fallen from the ceiling when the cage descended. Nice pebble. Yeah, I might need these. Slightly charred piece of wood. Who knows where it came from? Woody. I was inside the butcher's inner sanctum, and I'd expected this place to be lousy with guts and gore and parts and pieces, but this wasn't that. This was, well, colorful. Colorful in a way that makes a Joe uneasy, and it set me to wondering what this guy had for triangles. So many triangles. I've noticed these dust mounds everywhere around here. What the heck are these things? This stuff looks similar to the stuff in Flamel's place.
Huddle! Huddle together, lovelies!
What? No. Who knows what this stuff actually is? A couple of vertical openings. Something's missing here. Some kind of switch was definitely present here, but it's been broken off.
Just break it off, little fly.
It's missing something. That much is clear. It's an uneducated guess, but judging by the number of cables coming out of this thing, it might be what powers everything in here. I want to operate it so bad.
Just break it off, little fly.
I'd love to, but I see no apparent way of turning it on. Of all the things in here, those alone seem to justify this nutter's nickname. They look pretty disturbing. And triangular, most of them. No apparent sign of use, but could be you just cleaned them real well.
This won't hurt a bit, little worm.
I'm not touching them. It's a stylized painting of a human head. It's pretty generic looking. I doubt it represents anyone in particular.
My contribution.
I don't feel good about this. No apparent way of directly interacting with it. Some kind of control panel looks embedded in this area of the wall, along with the shelves. I want to operate it so bad.
Right. Point right.
It isn't powered. An assortment of books, but they're all written in what's either an alphabet unknown to me or code. Can't make heads or tails of these letters.
These are not for you!
They're no use to me.
No end to work.
I stared at the Kraken head, and it seemed to stare back at me with its blood-red eyes. A little unsettling, I had to silently say to myself. Red veins ran all over the hideous head, seeming to pulsate right under the skin, despite the fact that this was just a painting. I don't think I'd hang this thing above my work desk, no matter the circumstances.
And you shall breathe true life.
No apparent way of directly interacting with it.
And
Who? True life? Was it dead to begin with? This must be the butcher's desk. It's littered with discarded pages full of gibberish or code.
worms, worms, flies.
As tempting as it is, I'll pass. Some kind of control panel. Looks. I want to operate it.
Left! Point left!
It isn't powered. A strange device. Seems to be out of power.
Do as father tells you, little one.
No idea how to use this. And there it was, a loose handle hanging conspicuously from the door of an empty cabinet. It looked like something I could probably use.
Stupid flies need to learn.
A painting of a wing, stylistically very similar to the central piece. Reminded me of the ones what disappeared from underneath Vlad's castle back in Transylvania.
Every single flap one of my doing. My desire!
I don't feel good about this. No apparent way of directly interacting with it. Yeah, this fits. But if this is a power generator, it might make for a shocking experience.
Cthulu vertreiben.
I've put a nice round hole in it. Alright, got myself a shock-free switch. Yes, power's back on. It's definitely a control panel. Controlling what? That remains to be seen. I gotta say, I find the aesthetic pleasing.
Worms and flies.
No idea how to use this.
pitiful puppets of flesh and machinery.
Nothing on the cover but a triangle. This better not be written in gibberish. This thing must hold some important information.
Rest, friend. Only I control the passage of the eye.
No idea how to use this. I'm not touching them.
You have been lied to. Do as father tells you,
little one. I'm afraid to do anything to this thing. It doesn't run on pebbles. No use. Pebbles won't help. Got myself a pocket full of pebbles. They're fun to throw around.
the perfect triangle's triangle.
An assortment of books. Can't make heads or...
These are not for you!
They're no use to me. Whatever passage used to be here, it's now a big, black, intimidating hole. It's a small piece of ripped cloth caught on the edge here. Whoever they were, I really hope they didn't end up in the darkness below.
Idiot! Left toward the bay, right toward the EOD! Get it through your thick skull!
I really don't need it. Maybe just its story. If this used to lead to Kraken Bay, well, it don't anymore. Just leads down.
Take it down!
I'm not really into exploring huge chasms with no bottom to be seen.
And what did we do? Trusted the butcher, put our faith in the carnifex, double-crossed by that freak, denying the dreamer his meal, running away with it. That was his payment for our stupid, misplaced loyalty. How do you think this looks like in the eyes of Father Dagon, huh? And I tell you right now, it is as clear as pure seawater to me that the starry knowledge was always behind that lunatic. I know some of you do not see the starry fools as a threat. Ha! You think me mad? You think I am making this up? This very night, a false preacher was spouting blasphemies about Mother Hydra and Father Dagon right outside the Finman house. Good thing a true believer cast the first stone. Well, egg. And the crowd swiftly dealt with the poisonous snake. But it happened. Truly it has happened in our Fishmouth during our festival.
Kooky, freakish cultists. Look at those idiots.
He did butcher us.
I can't throw the Haunter's Mark that far. I don't want them to know I'm here.
In the face of Dagon, praise his dark name.
Kooky.
What will Father Dagon feed the dreamer now? I speak the truth. They may be in our midst right now. Yes, yes, believe it.
Son of a squid. Son of a nebula.
Those mounds of... Huh?
That's strange.
Can you even begin to imagine what the repercussions will be?
They can curse you.
I cannot. I will not.
Stars fall on you.
Huh?
Stars? I thought these guys were all about fish.
We are lost. We are lost. I tell you, we are lost.
Hunter curse you.
Huh?
Haunter!
Enough of this masquerade!
I knew it! Treason!
There has been one true God, you fish-loving heathens! And his name is the Haunter!
How dare you speak that name in the house of Dagon?
You broke into our temple and stole the Trapezohedron! Now you're going to pay!
We'll feed you to the fish!
Give us the book!
No, you give us the book!
Oh my God, little kid! What are you doing?
As Rome burned and Nero watched and fiddled, so too we witnessed the fish take vengeance on the fishermen.
Not sure it's the right comparison, Mr. Bizarra. I'm just worried about the kid.
No need, Gramps. I'm well and happy. No one's hurting the fishies anymore. And their bellies are nice and full now.
You really shouldn't have witnessed that. Except you sort of made it happen.
Well, it's all over now, Grandpa. Look, water's draining and the fishies are returning home. A perfect ending of the festival for everyone. Hooray!
Don't call me Grandpa.
Okie doke. I'll be on my way. Before Mom and Dad and Grandma notice that I'm missing. It's been fun. See you around.
Take care, kid. Crazy world we live in, huh, Mr. Basara? Thank you for your business, by the way.
I sincerely don't know whether thanks are in order. I'm more confused with each passing hour, but my resolve grows stronger.
So, what are you doing in this building of all places? Keeping tabs on the Esoteric Order? Looking for Olmstein? Sightseeing?
You might joke about the sightseeing, but that is part of why I'm here. All across this accursed world, the storm rages ever more powerful, and I strongly expect some kind of sign soon.
Care to be a bit clearer?
Maybe a reason for a bell to ring through a terrible storm.
News sure does travel fast.
This is the highest steeple in Fishmouth, with the grandest, most resonant bell in miles. This is where I'll wait for a sign, for as long as it takes.
And awaken the beast? How do we know that's a good thing?
We don't, but it is written, so it shall come to be.
This could be the start of a fascinating philosophical debate, if only we had time. I need answers. I need to know what the hell's going on here.
Ask.
I've come across terrible things in the Butcher's pits. What were they?
It is clear to me that Fishmouth holds more secrets than can be dug at in this small window of time we have, and time is not on our side.
Not since we found that damn Necronomicon.
Some use it to spawn horrible monsters. Some to make cats speak.
Some might say it's the same thing. How do we fix that?
What Ormstein allowed, Ormstein can undo. Find the enemy, thwart his plans, and Ormstein will reward you.
I wish I had your confidence, Barnabas. There is this sign that's associated with Ormstein. Tell me what you think it means.
Could be the visual representation of a formula, a constellation. Could be a map.
Thanks. I'll give it some thought. Help us find and stop this butcher, Barnabas.
Carnifex terribilis. What did you find out from scouring Fishmouth in its festival hours, Seeker?
The butcher was definitely in cahoots with. The Esoteric Order of Dagon. I'm convinced he used them to raise some kind of sea creature, codenamed MCHK.
The Half-Gufa. And what of its purpose?
The meal. That's what they called it. These EOD kooks thought they were raising the sea monster as an edible tribute to Dagon.
They trusted the butcher. Huh.
He obviously took his meal, this MCHK, whatever it is, and escaped. Question is, where'd he go? Any ideas?
Not exactly, but keep this in mind. Ormstein always watches, and always leaves something behind to push you in the right direction.
Well, ain't that nice of him. There is this. Tell me what you think it...
Could be could be...
I don't have time for this. Just a few... I don't have time for this. I've gotta go. I gotta meet Buzz and Peace and try to put the pieces together.
The other guide you. Do your best to find out where the butcher is headed and put an end to his plans, whatever they are. I will stay here and
Wait for a sign. See ya, Barney.
don't call me that.
Hey, kids.
He's back.
Nice place you've got here, Don.
Glad to see you made it all right, buddy.
Scared the living daylights out of us. No offense, dude.
None taken.
Yeah, Fishmouth was interesting. Met your dad finally, Peace.
Oh yeah? Is he alright?
He's good. He's in a steeple, waiting for a sign.
Sounds like Dad.
Can we please skip the niceties and put our heads together?
Right. I made my way into the butcher's laboratory.
Sorry, bad flashback. Would you please excuse me?
Sure thing, Otis. Go get some rest.
The butcher. He wasn't still there, was he?
I just missed him.
What did you find that could be relevant?
MCHK seemed to be an important acronym.
What's that about?
I've got a theory. MC might stand for... mind control. There was all kind of brain-related imagery in his lab. How else do you control a huge sea creature? As for HK... Hyperkraken. Mind-controlled Hyperkraken. There was a picture of a kraken, one of a human, and one of a pair of dragon wings in his lab. That's gotta be it. That's what we're dealing with here.
Sounds really scary, Dawn.
Either way, he apparently used the cult to get the monster bred and fed, and then ran away with it to who knows where.
The half-goofa. What will he do with it?
Huge biological weapon under your control. I can think of a number of things.
Oh boy. We need to get this guy.
That's great and all, but my problem? Remember what this is really all about?
The butcher and Olmstein? There's a connection there.
We gotta stop always being one step behind him. The festival. Fishmouth really knows how to party. What I can say for sure is that the Esoteric Order's been brought down a few notches. And so is the Starry Knowledge Cult.
Nice going, man.
Wasn't me who did it. It was a short, weird little girl who really loves her fishies.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, other than that, I'm afraid Fishmouth and its creepy inhabitants remain a mystery. For now. The stabilizing element. Olmstein's constant.
What did that say again?
A terrible storm and 3 bells ringing throughout it shall awaken the beast.
What are your thoughts on it?
The end of all this. What Peace said when I called you guys. It makes sense. I just don't know that I want all this to end with a beast awakening.
None of us really do.
I stand by my conviction. Just like the Necronomicon, this is all just ever-changing chaos. So Olmstein wrote the ending down and set it in stone.
Wrote the ending? What does that even mean?
He is not like us. Can't you grasp the concept of divinity? If he wrote it down, it will happen.
Oh, man.
Where are we on Olmstein's sign?
I'm stumped. What do you think it could be?
Constellation?
That was the first thing we thought of, but it doesn't match any known stars.
Still feels like something viewed from above. Wait, I have an idea. Hand over that mouse, Buzz. I'm not prying into Don's personal files. I'm not prying into Don's personal files. Maybe it's a map. There was a bell in Paris. There was a bell in Fort Maris. Dawn, you said my dad's in a steeple in Fishmouth. There's a bell there, too. What do you know? It's Point Nemo!
Point what?
Earth's pole of inaccessibility. It's the one point in the ocean that's farthest from any land. There should be nothing there.
Maybe look it up in recent news on the thing there.
Looking it up on the thing. Okay, what I'm finding are crazy conspiracy theories about expeditions to Point Nemo going back more than a century.
Anything remotely recent?
Decades ago, a ship called the Alert, rumored to be carrying a huge cargo of explosives, never returned apparently.
Sounds encouraging.
So we got 3 bells plus Point Nemo. That's got to be it. We're going, right?
Hold your horses, buddy. Say we go there. What do we do about the bells?
I can get a hold of Vlad.
I can find a way to reach Dad.
I got Serge eaten out of my palm, so I'm sure we can coordinate. Ring them all at once. We can awaken the beast, but do we want to? Or does that help the butcher?
Think about it. If he ran away with it, it means that the butcher's in control of this monster. This beast, right? Just a theory, but these bells might snap the creature out of it.
Yeah, 3 bells ringing thousands of miles away. Completely realistic.
No, it makes a lot of sense and it fits the constant. Let's get in touch with all 3 of them and tell them to, wait for a sign. We're a creative bunch. We'll come up with something should we need to, right?
Preparedness has always been our forte. What do I really have to lose at this point? The end of the world it is.
It's just the farthest point from land. Doesn't really end there.
It doesn't, huh? Tell me more.
This is gonna be one long trip.
Ladies and gents, it's kinda crazy, but we're really here.
As far away from civilization as humanly possible.
Not just humanly.
Oh, right.
3 months worth of rent money says what we're looking for is on the top of that mountain over there.
I don't know. Did you see that crazy looking beach? I think our best bet is to split up and...
Search for clues?
Well, yeah, actually.
It might increase our chances of finding this butcher. Peace. How about we take the mountain?
Well, Cat, I hope you brought sunblock, because it's time to hit the beach.
Buzz,
Don't make this worse than it has to be.
I'm sorry, I'm nervous.
Nervous?
Okay, scared. I'm really, really freaking scared.
Let's do this. And whoever finds the butcher first? Actually, I don't know. Fingers crossed.